Ladies and gentlemen, I competed in my first Smash tournament in 2026. It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. Played Smash on and off for a couple of years. I never got into competitive, never went to a local, and I was like, hey, why not? Let me just go and see how good I am and test my skills. And went to a local. They have that. I went to a local that they have like every Tuesday. Went in, talked to the dude at the counter. It's like a $10 entry. The winner gets like $50. But the way that these guys are playing, you're never gonna see your money back. Essentially, unless you grind and become a Smash Bros. Sweat. The area was pretty cool. I got there super early, so I just started like practicing and trying to, because I haven't played in like such a long time. And then I decided to go and face this one person who came in, and he also was waiting to fight. So I was like, all right, let's just face each other. And essentially he kicked my ass. He played a Rob and just completely destroyed me. And then I was like, okay, if he's not even like the top best person there, I'm going to have a very hard time doing anything because I'm pretty much screwed. And that's essentially what happened. I got a real good taste of what's to come because he wasn't even trying, and I was trying my hardest to stay alive. Tournament starts. It's around like 6:30. First person I face, it's at Station 1. There's like different like stations of where Smash Bros is being played. There's also like other tournaments happening at different times, like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and stuff like that. But Smash was like the first, and go to Station 1. Have my controller and everything, and I decide to use Samus because I'm pretty good with Samus. My opponent uses Min Min, which I'm not very familiar with. None of the people that I faced off, like none of my roommates ever used Min Min. If this person's using a Min Min, you're going to have a terrible time, because all I was trying to do was just trying to stay alive. Essentially, it's just 2 matches, best of 3, so 2 matches, and he just completely just whooped my ass. I use Incineroar for my second match, right? Smartest matchup, using an Incineroar against a Min Min. But at the very end, right before he kills me and 3 stocks me, I take away one of his stocks. This was a good thing because he was actually the second best player in Vegas. Second best ranked player in Vegas. So, I feel really good about myself. I took out a stock from the second best player in Vegas in my first Smash tournament. So I'm pretty happy about that. I don't think many people can say that did you take away a stock from the second best player in Vegas? No. So after you lose that, you don't essentially get kicked out of the tournament. You go into what's essentially called loser's bracket. When you go to loser's bracket, you got to work your way up and fight all the other losers, everybody else who lost, and work your way up and try to get yourself back into the main bracket, which is like 10 times harder. And shit, I need to get me an e-bike. Essentially just have to act like I'm on a phone call right now so that I don't look kind of silly. I'm not used to filling myself out in public yet. Trying to get there. So I was on the loser's bracket, and I faced this one dude who uses a Pac-Man. And then I kind of see the how hard these guys try, because this dude is using combo after combo after combo after combo, and essentially just whoops my ass. I did take a stock off of him. I said, hey, I'm gonna at least take 1 stock from you guys. I got whooped so fast that I left at like 6:45. So tournament started at 6:30, and I left the venue at 6:45. So between those two matches, I lost. I left within 15 minutes, so it was not that great. I left miserable, but accomplished, because I was glad that I got out and actually did it, because I should have probably started back in 2020, if I'm being honest with you. But the second time I go up against a dude. He uses Mario, and it's an even Steven match. All I wanted to do really was to survive long enough, not to get bounced within a couple of minutes, stay in, actually do some combos. And I was more calm and more assured, more confident in myself the second time going in. And then I was going to win. I was going to win the first match, but I was using Samus. I had my blast loaded, and I did a dumb thing where I shot it to the Mario, and I was going to win, but I forgot about Mario's cape, which reflected it, bounced back, hit me, and then I was out. But I should have known that. One of my old roommates, friends, he used King K rule, which essentially was like, which I would always shoot my blast at my big missile launch. I would shoot it at him, and he would reflect it with his belly. Eventually, I lost. So it wasn't really cool. Because the second match going in, I didn't really adapt to his playstyle, but he adapted to mine. So if anything, he had me downloaded, and he pretty much just kicked my ass from there. And then I went back to the losers bracket. Then I faced this one dude. He was pretty cool. He was pretty cool to talk to. I forgot my cable, so I didn't have my controller cable with me, which is literally just a USB cable. And so it was kind of embarrassing. I had to ask if he had a cable. It's kind of like, imagine having to ask your opponent, hey, do you have weapons? Do you have weapons so I can defeat you? Like, that pretty much should have been forfeited right there. But he was cool. He asked somebody else who had a cable. Yeah, because I use a Pro controller, and a lot of people there, Smash players, they use the old school GameCube controller, which I can't really do well with. It's a little too bulky. Well, I like I'm used to the Pro controller style. But yeah, that match was kind of funny because it was pretty much even Steven. He was using a Yoshi, and we were pretty even. He defeated me, and then the second match, he did the same thing, but I was about to win that one, or at least take out a stock from him. And my controller does this thing where if you press it a little too hard on the control sticks, it'll do like a mini taunt. And in the Smash community, or any gaming community, if you start taunting, you're gonna get your shit rocked. So he kind of looked at that and then said, "Hey, what the hell was that?" I was like, "Dude, no, that's my controller. I'm not trying to do that." And he was like, "No, I know you're cool, but that kind of cost you the match." And I was like, "Yeah, I should get another controller." Yeah, I was looking at the new Pro controller. It's like $20 at Walmart. You might get that. But yeah, that's pretty much how my Smash journey went. Don't know if I'll come back to it. I'll have to train and do all that stuff. But yeah.